I am presenting my internship project titled Food Genie, which is an online food ordering platform using the MERN stack. This project was developed as a part of my full stack web development internship. During this internship, I learned how to build a complete web application by integrating front end, back end, and database technologies. In this presentation, I will explain the project overview, internship objectives, project requirements, MERN stack architecture, implementation process, testing, project outcomes, and finally demonstrate the working of the application. Then the project overview. Foodgenie is a full stack online food ordering application developed using the MERN stack. The main objectives of this project is to provide users with an easy and convenient platform for ordering food online. Instead of visiting restaurants or ordering manually, users can browse available food items, add them to their shopping cart, and then place orders through a simple web interface. The application provides a smooth user experience with the features such as user authentication, food browsing, cart management, and order placement. The project demonstrates how front end technologies communicate with back-end APIs while storing and retrieving data from a database. Through this project, I gained practical experience in building a real world web application from scratch. Internship overview. During this full stack web development internship, I learned the complete process of developing modern web application. Initially, I learned the fundamentals of front-end development using CSS and JavaScript. Later, I explored React.js to build dynamic and reusable user interfaces. For backend development, I learned Node.js and Express.js, which helped me to create REST APIs for handling client requests. I also worked with MongoDB, which is a NoSQL database for storing application data. Apart from development, I learned debugging techniques, API testing using Postman, database connectivity, authentication, and project organization. Overall, this internship gave me practical exposure to the software development lifecycle and improved my confidence in developing full stack application. Goals of this internship. The primary goal of this internship was to gain practical knowledge of full stack web development. Instead of only learning theory, I wanted to understand how different technologies work together in a real application. The main objectives include learning the MERN stack, building REST APIs, connecting front end with back end, managing databases, implementing user authentication, understanding project structure, and deployment concepts. Another important goal was improving my debugging and problem solving skills because real world applications often involves identifying and fixing errors. Then the problem statement. The food ordering industry is rapidly moving towards digital platform. Traditional ordering methods involve phone calls or visiting restaurants, which can be time consuming and inconvenient. Customers often face issues like waiting in queues, lack of menu availability, and manual ordering process. To overcome these challenges, I developed Food Genie. Food Genie allows users to browse food items, place orders online, and manage their purchases from a single platform. This improves convenience, saves time, and provides a better user experience. Then the project requirements. Every software project starts with identifying its requirements. The project requirements are classified into two, which is non-functional requirements and functional requirements. Functional requirements describe what the application should do. These includes user registration, secure login, browsing food items, adding products to the cart, removing items, and placing orders. Whereas non-functional requirements describe how well the application should perform. These includes security, reliability, scalability, fast response time, and a user-friendly interface. Meeting both functional and non-functional requirements ensures that the application is useful as well as efficient. Then, what is full stack development? The full stack development refers to developing both the front end and back end parts as a part of web application. The front end is the user interface that users interact with. In this project, I used React.js along with the CSS and JavaScript to create responsive web pages. The backend handles business logic and server-side processing. For this, I use Node.js and Express.js. The backend receives requests from the users, processes them, interact with the database, and sends the responses back. The database stores all application data permanently. In this project, MongoDB is used to store user details. MongoDB is a NoSQL, so it will store food information and orders in this project. Together, these three layers form a complete full stack application. Then what is MERN stack? MERN stack or MERN, which MERN is one of the most popular technology stacks for web development. The letter M stands for MongoDB, which stores application data and which is a NoSQL database. E stands for Express.js, a backend framework used to build APIs. R stands for React.js, which is responsible for developing the user interface. N stands for Node.js, which provides a runtime environment for executing JavaScript on the server. One major advantage of the MERN stack is that JavaScript is used throughout the entire application. This reduces complexity and improves development efficiency. Then the advantages of MERN stack. Why we are using the MERN stack? In this project, I selected the MERN stack because it offers several advantages. First, for the first thing is JavaScript is used across both front end and back end, making development easier. Second, React provides reusable components that simplify UI development. Third, MongoDB stores flexible document-based data. The MERN stack is also highly scalable and widely adopted in the software industry. Because of these advantages, it is commonly used for developing modern web applications. And the next is architecture and design. The Food Genie application follows a three-layer architecture. The first layer is the presentation layer, which is built using React.js. User interact with the application through this interface. Then the second layer is the application layer. Here Express.js and Node.js process requests, validate data, and perform business logic. The third layer is the database layer. MongoDB stores all user information, food details, and order records. The overall data flow is simple. The user performs an action on the front end and the front end sends an API request to the backend. The backend processes the request and communicate with the MongoDB. After retrieving or updating data, the backend sends a response back to the front end which will display the result to the user. Then the implementation of front end. The front end was developed using React.js. React allows applications to be divided into reusable components. For this project, I created components such as navigation bar, home page, login page, food carts, cart page, and order page. A React router was used for page navigation. Axios was used to communicate with backend APIs. The front end was designed to be responsive so that users can access it on different screen sizes. The primary goal was used to create a clean and user-friendly friendly interface. Then the next is backend implementation. The backend was developed by using Node.js and Express.js. Its main responsibility is processing requests received from the front end. The backend validates user information, manages authentication, performs CRUD operations, and communicates with the MongoDB. The REST APIs were created for registration, login, food retrieval, cart management, and order placement. Express routing was used to organize different API endpoints, making the application modular and maintainable. And the next is authentication. Authentication is an important feature of any web application. In Food Genie, users first register by providing their basic information. After registration, user can log in using their credentials. The system validates the entered information before allowing access, and authentication helps to protect the user's data and ensures that only the authorized users can access the personal information and place orders. This improves the overall security of the application. Then the MongoDB integration. MongoDB is used as a database for this project. Unlike traditional relational databases, MongoDB stores information as JSON-like documents. The project performs all four CRUD operations. Create is used when adding new users or orders. Read retrieves food items and user details. Update modifies cart quantities or order status. Delete removes unnecessary records when required. MongoDB makes data management flexible and efficient. Then the next is API integration. Communication between the front end and back end is achieved through REST APIs. Whenever a user performs an action, such as login or placing an order, the front end sends an HTTP request to the backend. The backend processes the request, interact with the MongoDB if necessary, and sends an appropriate response. Some important APIs developed including such as registration, login, food retrieval, cart operations, and order placement. So these APIs ensure smooth communication between different components of the application. Then the next is testing and debugging. Testing was an important part of the development process. Here I used Postman to test backend APIs independently. This helped to verify whether API's request and response were functioning correctly. And browser testing was performed to ensure the user interface behaved as expected. I also tested the user registration part, login part, food browsing, cart functionality, and order placement. Whenever errors occurred, I used debugging techniques to identify and resolve them before finalizing the application. And the next is project outcome. The internship significantly improved my technical skills. I gained practical experience in front-end development, back-end development, API creation, database integration, and authentication. I also improved my debugging and problem-solving abilities. Most importantly, I learned how different technology work together to create a complete full-stack application. This project gave me confidence in developing real-world web applications. Conclusion. To conclude, Fujini is a complete merge stack application that demonstrates the concepts of full stack web development. The project successfully integrates React.js, Node.js, Express.js, and MongoDB to provide an efficient online food ordering platform. Through this internship, I not only learned new technologies but also understood how software projects are planned, developed, tested, and maintained. This experience has strengthened my programming skills and prepared me for future software development projects. Finally, thank you all for your attention and thank you all for listening to my presentation. I hope this presentation gave me a clear understanding of my internship project for Genie. And thank you. See the demonstration of this project for Genie. I already log in by using my credentials. Okay. By clicking view review summary, we can see the reviews of restaurant. So these are the items I added to the cart. Here I entered my details and then I click on pay. Now the order has been placed successfully. Then we click on go to orders. So here we can see the items that we ordered. All are processing. Yeah, this is the items that we ordered now. So this is our project. Thank you all for listening.